JDev is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 11 episode review video. Before I get to that, though, pretty important, I was able to watch this episode a week early on AMC Plus, so if you're not caught up to the point where I am rewatching or watching The Walking Dead, or you're just not that entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which, of course, I'll say as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my suggestion that you don't watch this video any further just to stay away from any potential spoilers. And real quick before the review, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you enjoy these reviews that I'm doing on a weekly basis for the new episodes, be sure to smash that like button. If there's anybody that you know that would be interested in this type of work for The Walking Dead, please share the video with them. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about your thoughts. What would be your score of this episode? Who would be your standout character of the episode? And what would be your favorite moment of the episode or anything Walking Dead related? And then I definitely want to grow the channel. That's the main goal. So don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, and you'll be a part of something special. This will be The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode number 5. The title of this episode is called Out of the Ashes. This will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. So the episode starts off with Aaron and Gracie in the woods. We see a person with a W on their head representing the wolves. We see a person with a walker mask on representing the whispers. We see a person with some weapons that's whistling, representing the saviors. And then we just see some walkers. All these threats are coming closer to Aaron. Gracie disappears, and eventually they reach Eric, stab him, bite him. Pretty brutal, but then we realize it's actually Aaron dreaming, as he's really worried about the safety of Gracie, especially with Alexandria not being the safest place right now. And then we see Jerry kind of stepping over all the bodies that are sleeping in with blankets on the floor. He takes a piss, then realizes that there's actually a breach at Alexandria, so he warns everybody. Then we see the Lance Hornsby Commonwealth orientation video. Himiko, Ezekiel, Eugene, and Princess are all given job assignments at the Commonwealth. Aaron has a brief conversation where he doesn't want to abandon Alexandria no matter how bad it gets. Then we see Negan and Maggie working together, killing walkers in the woods. Negan asks why she hasn't put him down yet, and she says, she thinks about it all the time, just hasn't yet. The hilltop is actually visited by some members of the group because they want to try to find some blacksmith tools. It's by Aaron, Carol, Rosita, and Lydia. Judith is teaching the kids how to kill with a katana or a sword. Then some older boys are shown teasing a walker that has its head through one of the parts of the security gate or whatever they want to call it. And Judith tells them to stop it. And they ignore her like she's a little child, and they said, "Oh, your mom left because you're a baby," or something like that. And then they push her back, and then Judith takes her mini katana out and puts it towards the kid's neck, like, "Don't mess with me, I will fucking kill you." Brutal stuff. She doesn't, of course, but they were certainly teasing her, that's for sure. And they made the fact that Michonne had left. Negan and Maggie then find an abandoned house. Negan says they should have abandoned the mission as a whole and take the supplies that they found back to Alexandria. Maggie says it's not enough. They need more. Himiko reunites with Tommy at a cake shop. Carol, Jerry, Lydia, and Aaron see a horde, a mini horde forming at the hilltop. And then they see a whisper that Lydia actually knows. The person's name is Keith, apparently. Stephanie offers to help Eugene get in contact with his friends that he hasn't talked to in a while, which is nice, and she wants to help him get that to happen quicker than normal because they have to go through some more hoops essentially at the hilltop to be able to do things like that. Someone breaks Judith's handprints of her and Carl, and she's really upset about that. She goes outside and starts crying to Rosita about it, how she misses everybody and she doesn't want to forget them. And then Rosita tries to, calm her down. It's the first, time we've seen Judith kind of, new Judith, kind of, hopeless, I guess is the word, if I remember correctly. Let's see. So they decide at the hilltop that they're going to put this Whisper fella in the cellar that's at the hilltop, and then when they go down there, there's other people down there, and then eventually Keith actually attacks Aaron, and we think Aaron's going to kill him, but then we see the next scene at that particular place, and it's Aaron has Keith. Well, Jerry's holding him and holding him up by his arms, and then Aaron's letting a walker come towards Keith, trying to interrogate him basically with the threat of you're going to get bit by a walker if you don't talk. And eventually he does let the walker bite Keith in the hand, and he doesn't say anything different at that point in time. And then he wants to continue torturing the guy, like, hey, I can help you, I can cut your hand off, but you need to tell me some things. And then Lydia says, I've had enough of this. Like, she must like this guy. I wouldn't trust him either after what's happened with the Whispers, although Mary you could trust, certainly. But, or Gamma, whatever you want to call her, from season 10. But certainly, Aaron's become pretty brutal all of a sudden in one episode. And then Carol actually sides with Lydia. She shoots the walker with an arrow and said, enough is enough. You don't want to go down this path. I went down that path after Connie, and it doesn't help things much. So Aaron decides to let him go to a certain degree. Let's see here. We have Eugene. He is at the Commonwealth, and he does indeed get in touch with members at Alexandria, specifically Rosita, but the conversation doesn't last very long, and then his transmission is interrupted, or static appears over his line, and then he gets arrested by Mercer and some other Commonwealth soldiers. Maggie and Negan are about to start going at it because Negan was starting to take the supplies and was just going to leave and go back to Alexandria. And Maggie's like, no, we're staying here. And then all of a sudden Gabriel and Elijah show up, which Elijah looked like he was in trouble in the last time we saw him in episode, was it 3? I wish we would have got a little bit more of how Elijah got away, but it is what it is. And then the episode ends with that Whisper sitting outside the hilltop. He's already cut his hand off, and he's like, we're good, we've changed. In fact, I can prove it to you. And he lets them know, I don't know if he said that they helped Connie get out of the cave or that they saw her get out of the cave, but they let Carol, Aaron, Lydia, and Jerry know that Connie's alive, and then they're really quick to want to go help Connie, but Aaron's like, let's start in the morning at first light, and that's how the episode ends. So, a little slower than I anticipated. I thought this was going to be a really good episode, and it was okay, but it was nothing spectacular as far as The Walking Dead is concerned. I liked a lot of stuff in the episode. I always hope for more Negan. I felt like we got very little doses of him in this episode, but I really enjoy the him and Maggie together. I think that's very, very interesting. So I'm going to score the episode an 8.2 out of 10. As far as the character of the episode, well, it was an Aaron-focused episode, so Aaron's going to be the character of the episode. So you've heard what I have to say. Of course, it's your turn. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you like these reviews that I'm doing for the new episodes of The Walking Dead, please smash that like button. If you know anybody that would be interested, like I'd mentioned before, please share the video with them. Sound off in the comment section about your thoughts. You can score the episode, give me your favorite character or your favorite moment or anything Walking Dead related. And of course, last but certainly not least, like I mentioned before, definitely want to grow this channel, so don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special, and JDev will return.